Do I get endorsed by Red Bull if I drink?
We can do that.
Yes. This was the most life-changing decision, even coming into the military.
Right.
No, 100%. And if I had never, so if I was like no college, no nothing, just an NCO who'd been in for like 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years, you're struggle from day one. But college and at least 7 years, 8 years, you know, you've been around the block a little bit, you'll be okay. If I would have had another few years in my pocket, I think I would have been even better. But because I only have 7 years in, like I would consider a young NCO, you know. Even that wasn't really enough at times. Like I've got the living dog stuff smoked at me because I didn't have proper platoon procedures, you know. Like right out the gate, I was the first sergeant. I volunteered as tribute, and it was a terrible decision, but I did it. And I failed miserably. And that's how I learned. You know, I had to fail to learn. And I think that had I had the knowledge of platoon procedures, being the first sergeant, you know, saluting the commander, the procedures of switching, like all of that, had I known all that, I'd have been fine. I'd have been all right, you know, but I wasn't. Get your hands on the walk stop, memorize it. Don't just read it, memorize it. And that's where I failed. I thought, okay, I'll look over the reg, I'll read, I'll kind of know a general knowledge of it, and I'll be okay. So you would ask something like to the TAC officers, like whatever we need to do this, what's the stop say? What should you be doing right now? Where should you be? What should this look like? And you didn't know the answer. If you don't know the answer, go ahead and get the front lean and rest. Start finding some real estate, because they're gonna wait for you to realize that answer. You should have read the walk stop. You need to be either uber physically ready or uber mentally ready, where you read the SOP and you get your hands on the barracks SOP too, the ISAP, everything. If you can get your hands on the material that they're going to be holding you to that standard, you're going to be good. If you know, for the very minimum. For the physical side, you need to be ready. I think physically I was fine. Like the ruck marches, it's physically very gruesome. Like you're not just going to walk. You're not just going to take a stroll to do the 5K or the 10K. You will be doing the truffle shuffle, jogging your way the entire time at the very minimum. And so you need to be mentally ready for that as well. And then of course the 4-mile assessment and the runs, the PT runs, the miles of running you're going to be doing. I've known for a while now that I wanted to be a warrant officer, because that's what my MOS, like the next level for me, the progression of my career was going to be. And they already kind of have like it figured out. So that's part of the school as well. They sit down and kind of counsel you and like say, hey, these are your next steps. Like this is what you need to do. So you don't have to have it all figured out, because there's a layout that you'll be following. Going to this accelerated class, there isn't time for anything extracurricular. Same with church, doesn't matter. It's a second thought. It's oh yeah, this is on the schedule. You are allotted this time. You know, there will be no chaplain provided. Final thoughts, advice to people who are wanting to become warrants is you need to think about your why. You need to think about why you're doing this and who you're doing it for, because when you're in the trenches, you'll learn about the trenches, but when you're in the trenches and you're getting your handed to you, you have to remember your why, because you're gonna want to leave. You're gonna want to say this isn't worth it, because if anybody could do it, it'd be warrants galore. So you have to remember your why.
Alright, message for your wife.
My wife?
Yeah.
Thanks.
What would you tell her?
I would tell my wife that you are the most amazing person who I ever agreed to spread an eternity with. Yeah. Let's hope the mic worked. Otherwise we'll have to do that again.